Okay, guys, for day 3, sorry, let me get on the right page, of your math learning, you were told, kind of given like a real life example, and you were told that we were given your teacher was given $1,000 to spend for stuff in your classroom, okay? And she asked all 20 of her students in the class to help decide what I should spend the money on, okay? So this is kind of like that thing we did with the fish tank where you get to decide what I should buy, but there's some parameters to that. I only have $1,000, so you can't go over the $1,000. Try to get as close to it as you can because, hey, it's free money. We need to spend it, right? But you need to think about the supplies that will benefit the class the most. So when you're thinking of it, do we need markers in our class? Maybe we do, but the box of markers only has 20. So maybe we need to buy more than one box of markers. So those are the things that you need to think about. Because it says I can purchase more than one of the same item. Remember, she cannot spend over $1,000. So I have $1,000. That's all I can spend. But these are the list of things that we can buy, okay? Now, a set of science books is $250, and there's 20 of them. Well, I don't need 40 of them, so you would only do that one time if that's what you think that we need. Chapter books, there's 20 kids in a class, so maybe that would be one set, but maybe we want more than one set. Maybe we need like 3 sets of chapter books, so there's like 3 per kid. It's really up to you what you want to spend it on. A rug for our reading center. If you know Miss Bain, we don't need a rug for our reading center. But if you wanted to add that one in, you could. Some games. This is for one board game. So one board game is not going to be able to be played with 20 kids. So we have to think, how many board games do we want? Okay. So really the whole point of this lesson is addition, and it's going to be addition with regrouping. So I'm going to kind of show you some examples. I do not recommend you like listing all of this stuff and adding it up at one time. That gets way too complicated. Do 2 things at a time and then add that on to something else, okay? So for example, let's say that I wanted some markers, okay? So box of markers, 20 of them is $5. Well, I need some markers for each table group. Well, if you remember in our class, we have 5 table groups at the moment. So if I have 5 groups and they are $5 each, how much money am I going to spend? Oops, sorry, I moved my hand. 5 times 5 is $25. So I'm going to get 5 boxes of markers. Let me make this little 5 boxes of markers is going to cost me $25, okay? Then I'm going to look up at this, and we got a box of 100 crayons. We kind of need crayons. 100 is a lot of crayons, so maybe only a couple of those. So if let's say we're going to do 2 of those, so I can do the same thing. What would 2 boxes of crayons cost me? So 2 boxes of crayons. Sorry, I'm not being very neat, but it's okay. So if they each cost, if it's 2 of them and they cost $8, how much money is that? 2 times 8 is 16. Correct. Okay, so we have 2 items and we know the total. The markers are going to cost me $25. The crayons are going to cost me $16. At this point, I suggest you on your notebook paper, off to the side or whatever you're going to do, go ahead and add this up. Don't get too crazy. So we're going to go ahead and add 25 and 16. So 5 plus 6 is 11. We have the 1, we carry the 10, and then we have 1 10 and 2 10s and another 10s. So that's 3 10s, 4 10s, and 4 10s is 40. So it's right now I'm up to $41. Woohoo, I have a lot more money to spend. You got a lot more work to do, okay? So we're at $41 is what we're at. Okay, so the next thing you would do is decide on something else. So I'm going to erase my board. Hopefully you're doing this on notebook paper and you don't have to erase all this. Y'all remember 41 for me really quick. All right, so I've bought markers. I bought 5 markers, crayons. I bought 2, and my total was, what was it again? I already forgot. 25 and 16 was $41. Okay, so I'm at $41. All right, so we're at $41. So I'm going to look up here again, and I'm going to kind of decide, well, you know what? I really think having some new science books would be kind of cool. So I'm going to a set of science books. They're $250. So I'm going to put science books. We're going to get one of those and $250. So I have my 41 plus, that's what I said. Make sure you just do 2 at a time. $250. Make sure you're lining up your numbers in the place that they go. This 1 goes in the ones place, this 4 goes in the tens place, and I don't have any hundreds. I can put an imaginary 0 or just pretend, okay? Then I start adding from the ones place again. 1 plus 0 is 1. 4 tens plus 5 tens is 9 tens, and 0 hundreds plus 2 hundreds is 2. So I'm at $291. Still have lots more money to go. So then I can go up here and say, you know what? I really think that we should get some chapter books. All right, so chapter books, there's 20 of them for $193. But I don't want you to just have one chapter book. I want you to have 2 chapter books. So I'm going to put up here chapter books, and we're going to buy 2, okay? But each one of them cost $193. Well, we don't know how to multiply 2 times 193, but we do know that multiplication is repeated addition. So all we have to do is add 193 2 times. So I can do 193 plus 193. Off to the side, 3 plus 3 is 6. 9 tens plus another 9 tens is 18 tens. I'll put the 8, carry that 1 over. 100 plus another 100 plus another 100 is 300. So for just the chapter books, it's going to cost me $386, okay? But now I have to add that to the total I already have over here. So 291 plus 386, right? So let's see how much money we've spent so far. We have 1 plus 6 is 7. 9 tens plus 8 tens is 17 tens. We have the 7, carry the 1. 100 plus 200 is 300, plus another 300 is 600. So I'm at $677. Woohoo! I have some more money to spend. So that's how you do it. So you're keeping up with what you're buying. So we're going to buy 5 packs of markers, 2 things of crayons, 1 thing of science books, and 2 sets of chapter books. So again, if you're buying more than 1 set, you just have to add it up. Like we don't know how to multiply yet. 2 times 193, but I do know that multiplication is repeated addition, so I can just add them right there and then keep on with my total. Hopefully this makes sense. And you did a great job at this today, and I'm excited to see what you bought for our classroom.